The Pine Ridge Reservation in southwestern South Dakota is massive. At more than 3,400 square miles, it's one of the largest reservations in the U.S. Add in a limited number of officers and a rising number of 911 calls, and you get an impossible situation.
Our contract has never been negotiated. We have sat with the same numbers since the 90s, other than the base increases. And the government only gives us 40% of the need. So, you know, you look at that and the booming population and the high crime, we're set up for failure.
There's a lot of police officers who live here in Martin because they can't find someplace, you know, closer to where they work. So they drive 45 miles every day to Pine Ridge and then drive their 300 to 600 miles per shift patrolling, and then drive home.
What do we do? What do we do when those emergencies pop up? You know, gunshots go off, car wrecks, you know, things like that. So it's challenging.
The officers are prioritizing calls, you know, and they're taking the calls as they come in, and they have to make a judgment call to say, you know, this call takes priority over this call. But it does put a strain on the response times for sure. And our folks are overworked, and you know they're professionals, and they show up day in, day out to do the job. That's a thankless job. You know?
Myself and Dan Centella spent some time on the Pine Ridge Reservation talking with Oglala Sioux tribal officials and residents about the violence they see on an almost daily basis. In last night's Eye on KELOLAND, we told you about a state of emergency that was declared in November and the fight for more funding from the federal government. Tonight, you'll hear from those who live on the reservation about the firsthand experiences the violence they've had. That's tonight at 10. Until then, you can find our first two stories under the Emergency and Hope on Pine Ridge tab on KELOLAND.com.